last year, we've seen AI catch really global attention. And one of the tricky things about AI is a general purpose technology, meaning it's useful not just for one thing, but it's useful for a lot of different things. Kind of like electricity. If I were to ask you what is electricity good for, it's almost hard to answer that because it's useful for so many things, and AI is like that too. So what I'd like to do is briefly go over the technology landscape and then talk about some of the opportunities open to all of us here in Vietnam and around the world. So I think of AI as a collection of tools. And of the different tools in AI, the two most important are supervised learning, which is very good at labeling things, and generative AI, like ChatGPT, which has taken off around the world just in the last year or so. If you study AI, you may have heard of other tools as well, but I'll spend less time on them in this presentation, and mainly focus on what I think are the two most important tools. So supervised learning started to work really well about a decade ago, and in fact, when FPT AI was stood up, was it in 2017, a lot of the capabilities that FPT used was supervised learning. Supervised learning is very good at labeling things. Given an input A, labeling that with an output B. For example, the most lucrative application of this I've worked on is probably advertising, where by labeling what ads someone is more likely to click on, this is worth more than $100 billion a year to a single company like Google, and there are millions of developers building supervised learning applications. A project that my team, Landing AI, did with FPT was on inspection, where we take a picture of an X-ray image of a door panel and label it as a defect, and that's defect inspection. Or one example I used a little bit today is restaurant sentiment reviews, where you can input a review, label it, is this a positive or negative sentiment, and that's for reputation monitoring. So here's a workflow of what supervised learning works, right? If you were to build a supervised learning system, you start by collecting a data set where you say, the banh mi was great. So you label that as positive, serve was slow, there's negative,